put Faith's polish on today, and we're going to share a manicure. So first I'm just gonna look at her nails, and we've already taken the polish off that she had before, which was for her 4th of July polish, and I'm gonna push all of this back. Now we don't cut cuticles, we just push them back, and they don't continue to grow or become a nuisance. So to me, there's really no reason to cut them. We just don't do that. And then we're gonna take a little file, which you'll get inside of every single packet. And I'm just gonna go like this and just clean up the edges. Now let's get started. This is your nail prep pad. It's literally just rubbing alcohol. So if you ran out of prep pads or needed to add some strips later on, you can use rubbing alcohol. That's all it is. I'm gonna clean the nail, especially with our little ones. Either way, you wanna use the nail prep pad for all of us, but the little ones are super, super healthy. So there's oil coming out of their nails at all times. It's just that they're that healthy that there's just that much oil coming out. And it's not something that you can see and you can't even feel it or touch it. It's just there. So it's the reason that so many polishes don't stay on. She loves polka dots, so we're gonna start with these, and these are a lot smaller. So I was gonna show, actually had mentioned that these don't fit my nail. I could go this way, it's not gonna fit. I could reverse it, go this way, still not gonna fit. My little nails are just too wide for that. But hers are perfect. So I'm gonna take the purple tab and I'm gonna push it off. Some of the sets you'll get will have a peach tab. And then you just take that and set it away. Then this is actually the polish. And if you lift this up to you, it'll smell exactly like polish. It's amazing. So you just pull it away, and you can actually touch it underneath. Now, since we're not gonna use the smaller edge because her nails are small, but they're not that small since she's not a little one. And so I'm just gonna pull that tab and it's gonna come right apart. And I take this and I'm gonna go right down. And say I don't like where it's at, I can actually pull it back up and I can lay it down again. Like I said, we push those cuticles back to get them out of the way. If the polish was sitting on that cuticle, then when the nail would grow out, the polish had dried on a higher surface, meaning that your cuticle's higher than your nail since the cuticle rests on top of the nail. And since it's drying on a higher surface, it's gonna actually have a gap when you, it's gonna have a gap when the nail grows out. So therefore your hair is going to catch inside that polish on your nail just because it had dried a little bit higher and there's a gap there. But if that did happen and there was a gap, you could take nail polish remover and say something like this, and then just lightly rub that back side of it with nail polish remover and just lay it down, and it would smooth that gap out. But you're not gonna figure that out until your nail grows out too far. And then this little half is not gonna work on her nails because, like I said, they're not small enough. So I'm just gonna take this and set it aside and pitch it, and then it's good to go. Pink one for the next one, just to give her a little variety. As I said, I think it's way easier to actually touch the polish versus holding from the tip, because when you're laying it down, it makes it much easier. I'm gonna lay this down on her and see if we got enough room. And I think I'm gonna use the other end. To me, it's always easier if it's a little wider. Now the polish will stretch, so if I wanted to try and stretch it to cover a gap, then I could do that, and I can show you maybe that on another nail. But To me, it's always easier to go bigger than smaller, because if it's not able to be stretched to make that gap, then it seems silly. So to me, I'd always go bigger than smaller. I go to the end here, and I call this rocking it, and you're basically just rocking your nail underneath the other nail, and this nail is cutting that line of polish. So then it cuts a perfect edge. So you can file it if you get a rough edge, like say there's a large size glitter there or something, you can cut that, but you don't have to. And if you get a rough edge, you can use a file, this one, and you can just go like that, and it will cut that polish. See, there she goes again about, and you'll laugh. She's got headphones on, so she doesn't even paying attention to what I'm doing. She's watching on YouTube right now. But so you can clean up that edge if you feel necessary with a file as well. So if you don't like how it works, there's 2 ways to do that. Now I love these flowers, and I know she loves the flowers, so I want to make sure to get those on there for her. And I think that'll be perfect. That's super cute. So we'll do that and maybe her pointer finger. Now, Color Street is 100% polish. So it doesn't have any vinyl, it doesn't have any adhesive or glue, it's literally just polish. So like I had said earlier, when you smell it, it's gonna smell just like you opened a polish bottle. It's not gonna smell that just by holding the polish, but if you were to hold that strip up to your face, up to your nose, then you will smell that smell. So it's not like when you open a bottle of polish and it smells really strong, or if you go in the salon and it's super strong, it's not going to be like that. My husband always hated that smell and it would drive him crazy. So I can actually do my nails and this won't bother him at all. It won't be an obnoxious smell for him, which is a plus for me, plus for us, I guess. As you saw, I'm holding the polish up above her nail. I have a pretty good idea of what Faith's nails do, but I do like to, double check and make sure that we're using the right strip just to make it easier. Now this one, that cuticle feels like it's sticking out too much, so I'm just gonna go and push it back. And I just may have missed it earlier a little bit, not cut as much. Again, now, if it was a vinyl and we pushed it down like that, you would not be able to take it off like I just did. With Color Street, since it's literally just polish, it is very durable. It's able to be moved and manipulated. The vinyls out there on the market that are like this, but are literally a sticker, they're not polished, they're not going to be able to do that. So if you put that on the nail, like you don't like where it is and it doesn't look good, that strip is killed and you're gonna have to start over on that particular one. It's not gonna work. And as you can see, I'm not being gentle with it. I'm pushing it down. I'm using the heat in my thumb to smooth it out. And again, just going to the end and rocking back and forth. I usually often do this when she's asleep. It's funny to me to think that she can actually stay asleep while I'm doing it, but I have actually done it several times while she's asleep, because when she was littler, she would squirm too much and it just made it easier to do it when she was asleep. So this one shows perfect in that it's a little wide for her nail. So again, just like the end, I just rock it back and forth and it's gonna pull that extra polish off when it cuts it. I don't want to slide it, you want to rock back and forth. If you slide it, it could still rip that polish. And the other thing you can do is you can use an orange stick, which is what this is. And you can take that blunt end and go right where the nail ends and the skin begins, and then just rock it back and forth as well, or poke, depending on what kind of orange stick you have. This one's plastic and it's kind of wide, so I don't know how much of it'll do, but we'll do this. And you can see, as sensitive as she is with the file, she'd be jerking if I hurt her, and it's not hurting her a bit. But there's the extra polish, and it's off. I'll show you how we can stretch this one, because this one might be a little bit small, but I'll show you. All right. Actually, do we have? Oh, let's use another flower, because she will love this. So I switched on you, but that's the best part about this, is that you can do that. And you can mix things up. Whatever's in the one set, you don't have to use it. You can mix it with other things. A lot of people also like to make their own, create their own. They take punch kits and actually use the polish. They punch out a design and then place that on, and then we have a clear that will clear over it. Several people have asked if you need to use a clear polish on this. You don't, but if your nails are super weak or you're super active with them, then I like to double my polish. I either double it with the same set or I use a clear. Like with Faith and I sharing this set, and we're gonna do little manis and petties. There probably wouldn't be enough to do manis for both of us and petties, and then try and do a double. So then we'll use our clear as day polish to finish it up, just to give it a second layer and give us a little bit of strength, because we are super busy with our polish. We're super busy with our hands, which can affect the polish. On average, our polish lasts 10 to 14 days. My nails are a little bit weaker because I wore acrylic for, 20, 25 years. And so my nails are just taking a little bit longer to heal. So I especially like to double up for that reason. Lightly pull it under there. It's gonna come right off. Yay! I love this set. Actually, let me try a file to show you another way. So another way, you take the file and go right where the nail ends and the skin begins. She's like, Mom, you know how it makes it tickle. There it is. And again, I just take this, and there goes the extra polish. There it is. Dun dun dun. Mani Pedi, mommy daughter. Isn't it so cute? Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Like it? Yay!